So chapter 2 is about Agent Township Townsend, but mostly has a lot to do with Stephen. Stephen is her husband. He travels a lot when it comes to his work in the advertising industry. And she was coming from the store to go home to meet her husband because he just came back from a business trip in St. Louis. Yeah. From the jump, they're like, he is so ambitious, competitive, vicious. He doesn't believe in failures or accidents. He hates poverty because he grew up in poverty. Like, the parents were working extremely hard, but he hates his childhood. He hates anything associated with them, including the Midwest. He hates his family members themselves. He hates his mother in particular because she was so helplessly stricken. The idea of surviving on welfare like they did, his nightmares. It's one of the reasons why he doesn't want children. Not one of the main reasons why he doesn't want children. They considered him getting a vasectomy, but they're like, physical repercussions. Then they were like, okay, she should get her tubes tied. She's like, that's too drastic. So, birth control. He came from a family of about 5, 3 girls, 2 boys. Stephen was the youngest child. His brother died in Vietnam. They all lived close to the parents' home. 2 got married whilst they were in their teens. The oldest one got married at 21. Adrian and Stephen kind of come from different family backgrounds. While Stephen was from a poverty-stricken home, Adrian was from an upper middle class home in Connecticut. She had a sister called Connie who was more traditional. She had very traditional conservative parents who hated Stephen. Stephen and Adrian eloped, sorta. Adrian's parents always wanted a huge wedding for their daughter. They have only 2 daughters, so they were planning this big, massive wedding. And Stephen is like, nope, I like small weddings. Her parents were kind of stubborn. And so she and Stephen flew out and wedded there. Her parents were livid. Stephen could be very brash at times, a little too brash. Adrian's father came to visit Adrian in LA. And Stephen was mad at him because he felt sustained in his job and contented with how he was, even though he's in the ranks of the upper middle class. Her dad is an attorney. It's how dare you not aim to achieve more, grilling this older man. No wonder they don't like you. And Adrian was somehow trying to defend it. He disliked the fact that she moved. She doesn't call them. Stephen is her husband. She doesn't have children like Connie. Connie had her husband, and the husband helps the family, Adrian and Connie's parents. He helps them do stuff, and they love him. Connie was also kind of condescending sometimes. She would be like, oh, you better grow up and be a real woman, a real adult, and have kids like me. Get a real job like me. Your production assistant nonsense. She didn't even call it production assistant. And Adrian is it's a job. Just because you don't know it, it's not a job. My guess is that when they see Bill, they're going to be like, oh my god, he's such a great brrr, and they're going to like him, and it's going to be one of the reasons, one of the things that they say, okay, we're approving of Bill. He kind of credits a scholarship he got to UC Berkeley. It's the reason why his life changed. And he majored in communications. He's always it's not much about what you like, but it's mostly about what brings the money running. He's the reason why Adrian is in the news industry. She wanted to work with film and stuff. But just woke up. According to him, film is so artsy. They use the word arty, so arty. And journalism is more concrete with a hard edge, stuff like that. So I'm guessing journalism helps you stay on solid ground. So, back to the communications industry you go.